Okay, so most athletes train strength incorrectly. And if you're watching this video, especially if you're looking to improve your vertical jump, improve your sprint speed, this is an area that I've spent a lot of time myself training in, but also a lot of time training athletes in. Probably the best testimonial I've ever gotten was actually from the first person I ever decided to start working online with. And his name was Devin. He came to me, he was already pretty athletic. He was already training at a elite strength conditioning gym for about a year and a half. And within a month of training with me, he had added 6 inches to his vert. And it kind of changed the game for myself. I kind of already had hunches and gut feelings, but the problem I see a lot of times when people show up to drop-in sessions or gyms and they're getting training programs and that sort of thing is the intent is sometimes missing from the training session. The quality and time is sometimes missing from the training session. Not necessarily the individualization, because I do think at a high school, early university age, you don't necessarily need a lot of individualization. All this to say, I do think sometimes things are a little bit too streamlined to the point where you try and train too much like an athlete versus we just need to get after it and actually try and improve. And what I mean by this is depending on what sport you're in. I did this in high school, for example, where going into my last year of high school, I actually sacrificed about a month of playing basketball. I would do more like dribbling, easy shooting, that kind of stuff, but I wasn't playing a whole lot of pickup. I wasn't doing a whole lot of on-court basketball work, because for me at the time, doing a personal profile, I figured the thing that was going to benefit me the most was my athleticism, my explosiveness, and just jumping. So I sacrificed a little bit of basketball work and I just went full in on vertical jump training for a few weeks. And just being able to reorient my training and everything, I added 7 inches to my vert in a month. A little bit better than Devin, but I was the prototype. And so obviously if the goal is improving your athleticism, you got to make that the priority in your training. I often like to think about my training as I have a level of mental fatigue and physical fatigue. And if my goal is clear, then that becomes sort of the main target that I'm aiming for. You can still 100% improve your vertical as you're playing basketball. One of those things may get slightly sidelined. It's also going to require you to be a lot more disciplined on recovery, nutrition, all of those things. But again, it also comes down to what training phase you're in, because sometimes in that early off season, that's usually the best time to really start going for a lot of these things, versus I would not suggest mid-season saying, hey, I'm going to really try and improve my vertical, when it's like, well, you've already committed to, let's say, basketball, and you're competing twice a week, 3 times a week, plus practices and all these different things. Like, you're just going to hurt your body.